Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies. Today we are getting into rSlash, Am I the Antagonist? And we've got some spicy ones today. You better believe it, so buckle up and let's jump right into this first story. Am I the antagonist for moving out without much notice because my roommate moved his girlfriend in rent-free? Right off the bat I'm gonna say, probably not, but I guess we'll see. So I've been living with this dude for about 3 months, and it has been a bumpy ride to say the least, but that's a story for another day. Now, because of unrelated reasons, I made an agreement with him regarding my rent so I could essentially move out on a whim as long as the rental agreement is monthly, if that makes sense. But I assured him that it would be likely that I'd stick around for at least a year unless stuff happened. Well, my roommate lost his job last month. I'll let you guess why, so he's been living off his savings. His girlfriend also lost her job and has no savings, so he moved her in. Now at first I had no real issue with this despite not even being asked. After all, I felt bad for them both, but my patience has been wearing thin. While I have my issues with my roommate as is, his girlfriend is 10 times worse. She showers so little, she literally smells sour sometimes. Ugh. She pretty much hogs the living room for herself, lying on the couch watching TLC. She literally eats everything in the fridge and replies with, "Oh, whoops, sorry dude," when I point out that she has eaten my food again. She does absolutely nothing around the house, despite obviously not working and so forth. Long story short, it feels like a broke Jabba the Hutt has moved into our place. So after yesterday, which was the second time this week, she ate everything, which was supposed to last me a week, I lost it. I called my parents, loaded everything I own into their van, and moved out, and informed my roommate via text that I won't be renewing the rental agreement. Since then, I've moved back home for the time being, and my phone has been blowing up. Roommate was apparently relying on my money next month, as his savings is running out quicker than expected. Guess why? And he's freaking the hell out, saying stuff like how I can't do this. Hell, even Jabba's reached out with an apology alongside a promise to be better because obviously she's realizing their predicament. So, am I the antagonist? My immediate judgment before even looking at the comments is that you are not. You had a contract, my dude. That rental agreement, that's ironclad, alright? Not to mention I've done some similar things in my life with crappy roommates. Screw that guy, you gotta look out for number 1 OP. But I guess we'll see what the comments have to say. Top comment, Second87 agrees. Not the antagonist for leaving, just make absolutely sure that you are covered legally. Regardless of whatever agreement you had made between each other, you may still be legally required to give 30 days notice depending on state or local laws. For Games says this, make sure you pay what you legally owe. Going to small claims court sucks. Jerose has a good point. I do agree with this, however, it's a pretty safe bet that ex-roomie can't afford to bring OP to small claims court. Yeah, most people don't want to deal with small claims court, at least in my experience. The 2 roommates that I put on the street, we didn't end up going up to small claims court. It's just one of those things, you know? And legally I was in the right anyways because I was the leaseholder, so I was on month to month and could have ended the lease at any time. I have the power! I think you're gonna be alright, OP. Just find another apartment, hopefully one without a roommate. God, the roommate situation is just, it's horrible. I hate it. I've had 2 good roommates. One was my best friend. Another was an architect that worked for Disney, and he had so much money. He's like, "Oh, we don't have a fridge? I'll buy a fridge." I'm like, damn, dude. I miss that guy. I still see him on Steam sometimes. We're friends. We play some games together. But all the other roommates I've ever had, nope, nope, nope. Anyways. Let's get into the next story. Am I the antagonist for telling my wife that it's not cute for her to encourage our teenage daughter to expect her boyfriend to pay for everything in their relationship? Oh, teenage boys can't afford nothing. My wife and I have been married for 18 years. We have our 16-year-old daughter who's been dating a slightly shy and awkward young man for around 3 to 4 months now. He seems very nervous around my daughter and has admitted in passing comments here and there to my wife and I that he can't believe she agreed to date him, and he thinks that she's way out of his league. He seems very respectful, just shy. My wife is usually an independent, awesome woman, and her ideals align closely with mine, particularly in terms of feminism and equality. We've both striven to raise our daughter to be as independent and capable as possible. Since my daughter's been dating this kid, my wife has changed considerably and has given our daughter advice that has left me with raised brows more than once. Some of the advice I've heard my wife give is, "Oh, it's cute for boys to pay for everything, especially in your first relationship." Or, "Oh, honey, don't worry about that. He can pay for you. If he really liked you, then he would," and similar. I've tried to balance this out by telling my daughter straight away, 2 people in a partnership should be contributing equally. And my personal favorite, if someone asks you if they can take you out to dinner, it's reasonable to expect them to pay. But if someone asks you to grab dinner with them, it's reasonable to split the payment. I figured that would be an easy way for a young person to understand the difference. I didn't understand that difference. Wow. That's a good point, OP. I always go Dutch, honestly. 50-50. Welcome to equality. However, I've noticed my daughter becoming more and more entitled with her boyfriend's money. Oh no. They haven't been anywhere obviously since we're at home, but the way she talks about him, "Oh, I'll just ask him to pay for X," etc. leaves a bad taste in my mouth. She also flippantly bragged and mentioned that she gets him to buy gift cards for her, etc. by mentioning her mother's advice, i.e., "If you really like me, you'd pay for X." I spoke to my wife privately and told her my concerns. She insists that it's a rite of passage for girls, and it's cute, and that she should feel like a guy is completely spoiling her. Ugh. I told her that it's not cute for her to be thinking it's acceptable to view relationships as personal ATMs, and my wife became very angry with me, and is now calling me an a-hole with a lot of hostility. You are definitely not the antagonist, OP. Your wife absolutely is. Your daughter, she's learning well from your wife how to be that. Good lord. She's like, "I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Also, if you like me, you'll buy all this crap." Ugh, can't stand it. I'd be interested to know if OP got put through the ringer like this 18 years ago before he got shackled. My goodness, that should have been a glimpse into things to come. Wow. The boy also obviously needs to get some self-worth and, realize that, if she's only dating me for the things that I can give her, then maybe I shouldn't be dating her at all. But that's probably not a talk that should come from OP. Although maybe OP could inform his parents, be like, "Hey, can you talk to this kid?" Love this comment. I always paid my own way on dates because I was not for sale. Because if I kissed him, I wanted both of us to know it was because I wanted to, not because he paid for it with dinner or tickets to his show. Because I wanted friendship and love, not dependence and manipulation and stupid games. What your wife is encouraging in your daughter is not cute. It's ugly and potentially dangerous. Not the antagonist. I was raised in the Dark Ages, and I came to realize a long time ago that this is not cool. I'm a 61-year-old widowed female and would never insist a date pay unless he offered because something good came in financially. Yep, we need an open and honest discussion, because really, if you're gonna tout the banner of equality and be like, "Okay, everybody's equal now," then that's how it should be in the relationship. 2 participants who are on an equal playing field. You know what I mean? Not one participant who thinks she's a princess and the other one being financially exploited. Ugh! Your wife and daughter make me sick. I hope you can get them turned around, OP. That might have come on a little strong, but that's really how I feel about this story. I hate it. Anyways, let's get into the next one. Am I the antagonist for not eating my dad's Japanese girlfriend's food? It smells really bad. This is me, 15, my brothers, 13 and 12, and my younger sister, 11, writing. We're back at our mom's house now, but this happened from Monday, the 11th of May, to Friday, the 15th of May. Oh, you're 15, that's why. I don't want to try new things. Picky eaters. Boy. Our dad has a new girlfriend who's from Japan. She's a bit rude, and we don't really like her. She's okay when our dad is around, but when he isn't, she gets snappy and rude to us. She's pregnant with her first baby, my dad's 6th baby. Ooh, daddy's been busy? He insisted on having us this past week because he was off work and hasn't seen us in a really long time. We didn't want to go, but our mom said we might enjoy it. Spoiler alert, we did not enjoy it. My dad's girlfriend insisted on cooking for us all. Normally we eat sausages and beans or jacket potatoes with cheese, but she makes things that are smelly that we don't like. She likes fish eggs and dried shrimp paste, and she puts a lot of seaweed in her food. You eat like a basic OP. Me and my siblings have never eaten that stuff in our lives, and we don't like the smell or the taste. We had to leave the house whenever she cooked because my younger sister started heaving like she was gonna vomit from the smell, and my dad and his girlfriend just snapped at her to stop being silly. Silly, dramatic, ultra dramatic. Our dad told us that we will eat his girlfriend's food and enjoy it, and said that people at his work, he works in central London, pay a lot of money for this sort of cuisine. We didn't eat it, and instead just ate cereal and fruit for the past week. I weigh myself a lot, and I lost 4 pounds in less than a week, which is mental. We weren't allowed to cook anything because our dad said it was disrespectful to his girlfriend. We told him that her food smelled really bad, and we weren't going to eat it. He got annoyed with us and kept saying how we were ungrateful, and his girlfriend definitely hates us now because she kept talking about us to our dad, but would stop whenever we walked in the room. Are we the antagonists for not eating her food? Absolutely. You're a closed-minded little jerk. Food is put on the table and your standard of living is so high that you're just like, I don't want to eat this. You're lucky you get anything to eat at all. I'm gonna be real. I live in the Philippines. I see people who eat nothing but rice. Rice with sugar. Rice with coffee. That's like their meal 3 times a day. And you're just like, ooh, we don't like fish eggs and seaweed. You're, oh God. The anger levels are rising. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
Let's see what the comments have to say. Hopefully they're a little nicer than I am. Top comment. In my opinion, it's a soft, you're the antagonist. Are you gonna like everything you'll be served? No. But that also sounds to me like you're pretty spoiled in your habits, so I think this would be good for you to broaden your palates and potentially introduce you to something that you might end up liking. It is disrespectful to not eat food that is prepared for you. Not disrespectful to not like it, however.
Can I ask why we're spoiled? We wanted to make our own food and we're not allowed. We normally cook for ourselves at our mom's house. We just aren't allowed to here.
Maybe because your dad's girlfriend was making food for you, from her culture, and you were disrespectful about it. A lot of Asian cultures see food as a way of connecting. She's showing you that she wants to connect with you, and it sounds like you're not even trying. And also, like those white kids who make fun of Asians for their food, which is ridiculous since Asian food has a lot more flavor than what I've tasted in English cooking. I'm assuming that you're English mainly because you say mum instead of mom. No, I don't know about that. You know, English food has a lot of flavor. You get that jacket potato. Don't put salt on it, though, because that makes it too spicy. Oh, crazy. While I was in Japan, I started dating a Japanese girl. It was really my first, like, long-term girlfriend, kind of. And I'd stay at her house every weekend, and she'd cook for me. And a lot of it was stuff that I had not tried before. What comes to mind, especially, was this, like, fermented bean curd called natto. And you smell it, and it's just, it smells horrible. It smells like a fart. But then you eat it, and oh my god, what a rich flavor. You know what I mean? I don't know if a 15-year-old could really appreciate it, but who cares what you think? You're 15, you're gonna be out of your dad's life in 3 years anyways. Sounds like you're pretty disconnected from him now anyways, so mind your own business.
We don't like his new wife.
Who cares? You're a child. Shut up. Oh, one more, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I feel the rage is rising, so we gotta wrap this. Am I the antagonist for hanging up satanic decorations? Lord. Posting from a throwaway. So I, 21 female, live with my roommate, Bethany, 19 female. Bethany is an extremely religious Christian, and I'm an atheist. Oh, I've seen this sitcom before. She has hung up tons of Bible verses and Christian decorations in the shared spaces of our apartment. The other week, I asked if she could keep them out of the common areas, as I'm an atheist, and I have some trauma with organized religion growing up, and would rather not see reminders of that every day. Bethany took this as evidence that she's being persecuted for her faith, and refused to take anything down. We're now pretty much stuck in the apartment together because of the coronavirus, and it's getting worse. Yesterday, she overheard me say some sexy things on FaceTime with my girlfriend. I was in my room. And later passively aggressively made a comment about how God can heal all sorts of sinners. I didn't even know what to say. She left to go get groceries, and while she was gone, I printed out pictures of Satan, pentagrams, etc., and hung them all over the common spaces. When she came back, she freaked out, started crying, and accused me of bringing demons into the apartment. I feel bad for making her cry and causing more tension, but I also feel like it's warranted after how pushy and homophobic she's been. I signed a lease for a new apartment with a more compatible roommate, but that doesn't start until August, so I gotta tough it out for the next few months here. Edit. I did tell Bethany about my trauma when I originally asked her to take the decorations down. My favorite part is just how she's like, oh, I didn't want to cause more tension. Like, what do you think was gonna happen when you hung out pictures of Satan? You freaking moron. I don't know. I'm all mixed up. I guess I gotta go in the comments and see what's happening. On a personal level, I think what you did was funny, but the only honest judgment I can offer is everybody sucks here. You're both antagonizing each other and actively making one another uncomfortable in a home that you're supposed to share. That's just not cool. I'm curious as to how you two became roommates in the first place. Did you not know about each other's views? OP says, we live off campus in a college town. I signed my lease individually because I couldn't find roommates and spots for the apartment complex were filling up. The leasing office placed Bethany with me because she was also an individual lease. Yeah, I had one of those leases too. They never turn out well. I think you're not the antagonist because your roommate is being homophobic and incredibly pushy, and I think it's fine to give her a taste of her own medicine. I know it's verging on everybody sucks here, but the response to her homophobia made you not the a-hole in my eyes. God, doesn't this just go back to the first story that we read today? Oh, roommates friggin' suck! I appreciate you guys listening along. I hope that you've enjoyed the stories. If you did, I hope that you will like, comment, and or subscribe. Let me know what you thought. I always love people who break down each story. I don't always respond, but I do always read them. I hope that you'll join us tomorrow for some more r// entitled parents. And there, we know that everybody is the antagonist. Keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, as always. Right as soon as this video ends, you can just go and do it. And oh, hey, look, it's over.